All right. So once again, a warm welcome to all of you. This is our last session for the holistic development related to IQ and EQ subject. So all of you have submitted your assignments. आप सभी ने बहुत अच्छे से लिखा है. I had some of the feedback regarding the assignments that you all have written down. So, number one, first of all, many of you all have just copy pasted. मतलब जो मैंने आपको फॉर्मेट जो भेजा है लाइफ पाथ का, वही आपने कॉपी पेस्ट करके लिख दिया है. Secondly, many of you all, whatever the creative side you have written, उसमें आपने वो source कहाँ से लिया है. If you have not written it, at least write down the source. EQ IQ का first lecture was consisting. We started with the subject of gratitude. So it is very important. Any line, any matter, any poem, essay, आपने कहाँ से भी अगर copy paste किया है, you have taken help of AI. Also, please mention that. It is very important to give due credibility to the source also. Secondly, I will just show you some of the, I hope. So just imagine if you are in my place, okay? Now this is very important. This quality of being empathetic. If you are in my place and you have to assess to 20 to 50 plus assignments, okay? Now just see if I hope it is visible. If this is the assignment, it is written nicely with clarity, but see now whatever 4 5 pages it is written down. I appreciate, but if you have to assess this, and I went through each and every assignment, I read each and every assignment. Now it is important that at least you all put some kind of underlying highlighting which helps the facilitator or the teacher or whoever the person who is checking the assignment so that it becomes very easy. I do not have my 10th, 12th, or any kind of earlier papers, but I always made I always used to make sure that the papers or the assignments, the project, whatever I write, would have so much of the simplicity that if at all any person is correcting, hardly in 2 or 5 minutes, the entire paper can be assessed. So it is very important. Now, this is the second example I'm showing you. Again, very nicely presented. You can see there is proper gap spacing between each letter also, and with proper handwriting. Some of the points are also highlighted, written in different colors also. Uh, some of the things which can still be added to this assignment, I'm just mentioning that you can underline, you can use highlighters so that now see, this is one more example. As you can see, this is highlighted. If not highlighter you are using, you can underline. It makes very much simpler version for the person who is assessing also that yes, you have written all the main points, you have highlighted also, you know the subject matter. This is not just I'm pertaining to the subject matter of IQ, EQ, but overall, any of your engineering subjects also, if you're attempting, do take care of this. This will really help you to fetch good marks. If it is a 20-mark question or 10 marks, easily 8 marks you can easily get. So, yes. Now, regarding the routine, almost everyone has written that dinner time at 9 p.m. or 10 p.m. So we will also come to that part. Most of you all have written about taking care of your skin care. So skin care आपने लिखा है very good of your health, but उसके अंदर कुछ detailed steps के बारे में mention नहीं किया है. As in what steps would you like to include in your skin care regarding your fitness? Or many of you all have also written to improve your concentration. But concentration improve karna, that is a goal, but what is the action that was missing? So today's lecture, today's session, what I have basically done the presentation, it is all about that you all also focus on the action part. Yes, so some of the students have sent some messages. Okay. Personally, if you want any feedback, I will surely let you know in the end. Okay. All right. Some other feedback. I've just written some notes. Let me just check the Google Notes. Okay, only one person has written about some sort of detail about the life partner also. And just two students have written about the feedback regarding the facilitator or regarding the teacher. Now, this was just below the eighth question. So, I believe most of you all must have read, but you all have missed out on that part. Um, all right. Many of you all have also written about 7 hours of quality sleep. I want to and improve my screen time. अभी ये सब goals है इसके लिए actions execution में क्या behaviors आप लाएंगे that is missing out. Almost all the assessments. So that also we'll be focusing on today. And ऑल राइट लाइफ पाथ के बारे में सभी लोगों ने कॉपी पेस्ट ही किया है ऑलमोस्ट ऑल राइट सो सिंस आई बिलोंग टू द क्लिनिकल पार्ट आई वुड I would also focus on different of the lifestyle changes which if you start implementing in your day-to-day routine it will really help to improve your concentration focus mental, emotional strength, as well as your bodily immunity, your overall coordination, and also it will help you in the long term as well. So let us start with today's presentation. I will share the screen. All right. So I want to have a presentation. Yes. So feedback as I've already given you all. Uh, in today's age, I suppose everyone is able to see the presentation. Just quickly in the chat box, you can type yes or okay. Summer or whoever is, everyone is present. If you can just press okay or if you can type okay or yes, if the presentation is visible. Yes, thank you, Yash. Okay, so in today's age of so many things which influence us, be it we scroll on the social media, we go through different kind of sites, different kind of reels. Just imagine one click and you can connect with someone in Europe, in London, in Bangalore, or you can connect, you can see so much of the content information. So, and I would just like to ask you one question. Just think of if we get influenced, okay, by any kind of thing. Supposingly, let's say I'm seeing a influencer on any kind of social media site. Oh, this person is very healthy. I'm influenced. I start with my health routine journey, with my fitness journey. I start doing squats, push-ups every day. 3 months, 4 months, I do that, and then fifth month, okay, I leave it somehow. Maybe that routine is not with me now, so this is the mode of influence. When I get inspired, maybe a small portion of that fitness routine is there, but I follow it through my lifetime because now there is a deep level of inspiration which stays with me for a long time. So now this is the question for all of you to think, to ponder upon, that whenever we get influence, does that influence last for us for a long time? Or when we get inspired, does that inspiration last with us for a long time? Uh, so think upon this. Anyone, if you would like to answer in the chat box, the influence lasts with you anytime you got influence. How much time did that influence last with you? And when you got inspired, how long did that inspiration last with you? So basically, when we get influenced, it is for a short period of time. When we get inspired, we get inspired, and that remains as an internal motivation for a longer period of time. If not lifetime, at least for a longer period of time. Think upon this. And again, one more question. Do you wish to get influenced or do you wish to get inspired? All right, we are going to the next slide. So this is a Vandana. This is a beautiful song which is written. Basically, to start with our today's presentation, it is showing that at so many levels we are grateful for so many people around us. We are right now sitting over here. We are using so many tools of technology. We are using so many of the other things which man has discovered over a period of time. And we are still progressing with our journey of mankind, humankind. So, with all due respect, we show our gratitude and our respect to all the people who have done so much of effort. So, let us all chant this, let us all sing this beautiful song together. So I'll be starting. If some of you can unmute, I would definitely appreciate that, and you can also join in. I'm keeping the unmute option open so that you all can. Uh, yes, it is already. You can unmute yourself if you wish to join with the singing of this song. All right. वंदना उनकी करे जिनसे सुशोभित है धरा, जिनसे है मानव का पथ प्रकाश ज्योति से भरा। वंदना उनकी करे। I request if you're not singing, at least just close your eyes and just listen to the lyrics. One more time, we'll continue. वंदना उनकी करे जिनसे सुशोभित है धरा, जिनसे है मानव का पथ प्रकाश ज्योति से भरा। वंदना उनकी करे जिनसे दिशा हमको मिली नित मानवीय मार्ग के पथ मिला निश्चित हमें थे कामना जिस मार्ग की। कृतज्ञता से सौम्यता की नित्य आए निरंतरा, जिनसे है मानव का पथ प्रकाश ज्योति से भरा। वंदना उनकी करे जिनका है चिंतन शुभ यही, कैसे हो मानव सुखमयी। प्रेरणा से जिनकी है मानव का जीवन सुखमयी। श्रद्धा समर्पित जिनसे आए मानवीय परंपरा, जिनसे है मानव का पथ प्रकाश ज्योति से भरा। वंदना उनकी करे सबके सुख की कामना ले रहते जिनकी कल्पना। निकले जिनसे मानवीय पथ हेतु निश्चित योजना। पूजता उन्हें तो जिनसे है सुसज्जित वसुंधरा, जिनसे है मानव का पथ प्रकाश ज्योति से भरा। वंदना उनकी करे जिनसे सुशोभित है धरा, जिनसे है मानव का पथ प्रकाश ज्योति से भरा। वंदना उनकी करे, वंदना उनकी करे। Thank you. So, in today's age, there is so much of overload of things, information, content around. Be it a simple shop, a departmental store, a mall that we visit, or we just start our mobile, any kind of social media site you enter, there is loads of information content available. So now in this age, if you can see, these are some of the aerated drinks. I'm just giving one of the examples in terms of the um, each and every aspect, each and every product has so many different types of varieties in it. So these are also some of the other examples. I was traveling few years back, again, not few years, I mean, many years back. And it was in a train. I was going to Kolkata side. Now, there was a family of three, a mother and two children. Now, amongst the two children, amongst the siblings, the daughter was the youngest. Now, she was hardly 7 or 8 years old, and her mother and her brother wanted to drink something, meaning something, something to cool themselves, something thanda. So the mother went down, taking her son as well to purchase some kind of beverages. Now, during that time, this girl who was sitting in front of me, she told me at that time I was also quite young. This was, I think, 20 or maybe 22 odd years back. So she told me, these guys, they know that this is bad to drink, but still every time, almost every other day, they would buy it and they would drink it. I'm just fed up. So I was like, at this tender age, at the age of 7 or 8, probably, whatever she was in, she was having so much of awareness. So although I was not drinking, I mean, beverages on a routine basis, but I was so much fascinated by her awareness that at this age, she is able to differentiate and she has brought about that change in her lifestyle. So it is so much important. As you can see, any kind of store, any kind of FMCG, any kind of grocery store you visit, lots of products. So these are some of the examples if you can relate. Dil mange more. सो दिल मांगता है या फिर बॉडी मांगता है, आई मीन नथिंग, नो वन इज आस्किंग, दिल भी नहीं मांगता है एंड बॉडी ऑल्सो डजंट आस्क. बस 2 minutes, okay. We all know packaged food, more processed, the quicker, the lesser the time to make it. It has all the micronutrients, all the major of the uh, major of the nutrient side are diminished to a very great extent. Acha, one more of the taglines. Samajhdar log, I've not written deliberately so that you all think and answer me if you can write in the chat box. Samajhdar log dash peete hai. Now, this is a very famous brand of mineral water which they use this. So, Samajhdar log, of course, pani peete hai, right? You are thirsty. We normally drink water. There are so on and so forth, many other examples of luxury brands, of beauty brands, using so many of different kinds of taglines, advertisements. Uh, so now I'm just, I have made this slide deliberately mentioning all the different kind of chemicals. If you can take a screenshot, it will be really helpful for you. So these are some of the these are some of the dangerous hazardous chemicals found in beauty products, not just in beauty products, but in FMCG. FMCG, if you're not aware of, these are all fast moving consumer goods. Now, almost all these chemicals are banned in so many countries. European, Japanese, Denmark, so many countries, they are being banned. So now triclosan and so many others. So if I just mention you in brief, some of the hazardous effects of these products are there are two nerves in our nervous system. One is the motor one, which travels from the brain to the other parts of the body, and one is a sensory nerve from our senses. It goes up till the brain. So the speed with which our this nervous transmission goes, that speed it lowers down. So imagine the hazardous effects of such kind of chemicals. Now, these days, along with girls, along with females, males are also indulging in, taking care of themselves aesthetically, beautification. That is good. But while we do that, we are exposing ourselves to all these kind of different chemicals. You see around yourself how many nail salons have opened. You know, this is a trend, nail salons or any kind of beauty. It is good, but there are more chances of such people who are working also and who are taking these services, that the chances are more of exposure towards carcinogens. Now, let me also explain you this concept. This is a little bit scientific and technical, but belonging to the scientific background, you all will definitely relate to this. There is a concept which is known as epigenetics. Now, a lot many researches in medical field are also done in this. What is epigenetics? Now, let's say almost everyone has some or the other kind of carcinogen or some kind of the genes which are which may cause some kind of disease further. Now, if we expose ourselves to such kind of lifestyle conditions, which would also help those genes to become dominant, at that time, then there are more chances of the person getting some or the other neurodegenerative disease or cancer, or such kind of different kind of chronic diseases or lifestyle diseases, because already in the dormancy such kind of genes were there, but we gave those genes a certain kind of environment which could facilitate the further growth of such kind of diseases. So what could be the possible such kind of environment which could facilitate sleep cycle is disrupted, hormonal imbalance, lifestyle meaning improper food habits, then exposure to lot many contents which is inappropriate in a certain age, also deep down emotionally dysregulation. So these are all the different factors which are conducive uh, for further disease to crop up in the body. So today's session, it's all about that you all keep your eyes open, you all keep your observations open and your mindset open. Apart from your studies or education, it is also important for us to also have an inner growth and also to explore in the world outside. Having again said that we are all exposed to so much of information, so-called knowledge, so-called products, so much outside. So tell me, a person is smoking in spite of the packet being displayed कि अच्छा उसके ऊपर वो mouth cancer या some that disease, that picture is there, that visual is there. What makes that person still engage in such a kind of activity? You all must be aware of vapes today. There's a lot of craze of vapes. It is basically similar to a lipstick. Vapes, hookahs, smoking, drinking. It's very casual these days. So where is the problem? We know that somewhere it is hazardous to our health in the long term, but still, why people engage in such kind of behaviors? What do you feel? This is a question for all of you right now. If you can write in the chat box, although I've already mentioned the answer. So, if you can think, we go to the deeper, we go to the root level, the problem lies in the mindset. You all must have seen so many, ads coming up daily regarding RBI. So many online scams are happening. Who are those people who are doing this? Why? Basically, again, a deep-rooted problem in the mindset, in the attitude. So now we come to the correction part, that is the solution part. What can be the possible solution, and from where can we start it? Absolutely, it can be started from an individual level. One more example I would like to state, all of us are aware of global warming. Global warming, we talk about very fancy terms. It is like a swag to say about global warming. But global warming, how it is connected to a routine lifestyle. Any of you are aware of carbon footprints? I'm just asking this a question for all of you. If anyone, you can raise your hand, और if you can write in your chat box, yes, carbon footprint, आपको कुछ थोड़ा सा भी पता है. Carbon footprint, let me just elaborate in short. It is about all the activities that we engage in our routine basis, 24 hours, which in some or the other way let out carbon dioxide also out, and of course pollute the environment. So be it cooking food, be it buying some kind of stuff, be it in the poultry industry also. uh, there are so many industries, and also so many lifestyle patterns when we engage in, we as a person also leave so much of carbon footprint behind us. So now, as we stated, to correct this mindset problem, we need to start from individual level. And all that we discussed in the IQ EQ course is basically to introspect, to increase our awareness, to be more empathetic. So let us go to the different alternatives. Now, I'm not aware of, but in your college canteen, you must have seen, of course, different of these aerated beverages are available. But apart from that, any of the fresh juices, whole fruits, are they available? There are all these options, what I have stated, like Kokam Sharbat. If you are not aware of, find out, research kar lo. Students who are there in the OHU, you can buy one can, and among 5 friends or 10 friends, you can distribute it. Belfur in Delhi, they have, street vendors are there. Freshly, they prepare this Belfur juice. It is also Belfur, if you are aware of. It's a leaf that we offer to Lord Shiva. So, it has 3 leaves attached to a single stem. So, Belfur, it is in the summers, if we have it, it really helps to pacify our pitta, to calm down, and also to pacify and calm down the anxiety levels, also to improve our gut microbiome as well. Sugarcane juices, you must have seen. There were initially so many sugarcane, centers around. They used to freshly uh, give us that juice, but now, of course, those are also, decreasing. Lemon juice is a simple thing. At least 3 times in a week, take a lemon, cut it into half, make a nice lemon juice. In that, you can add jeera powder. You can add some of the black salt. You can add black pepper powder. It will really help to balance the electrolytes in the body. In the north and in our state of Gujarat also, to which I mean my native place is there. So there is also a tradition of Imli Pani. In summer season, in earthen pots, they store this Imli Pani, and and in that some amount of organic jaggery is also added. Organic jaggery is basically dark brown in color. This also helps really to soothe and improve the metabolism also, and pacify pitta. So you can, of course, find out some other alternatives also. In Maharashtra, we have this soul kadhi also. It is really very tasty. If you haven't anytime tried, do venture out. You can find it in the other area as well. So
Can you
I'm
imagine the
sorry,
diagram
I
of
have
God?
really bad throat.
Yes.
So,
The 100 structures with etc. having a number of yeah.
Bhaskar, your mic was unmuted. You wanted to share something, or it was by mistake? All right. So almost all of you all have shared about taking care about your aesthetic and about your skin care, about the beauty side, but the steps were not mentioned. So I have taken some effort and to mention, you can take a screenshot again. So some of the Ayurveda oils are very effective, which can be used as an alternate for moisturizing like kumkumadi, which is derived from saffron. It is little bit more costly, but if you compare the overall pricing of other beauty products, if you can just take out the pricing of 1 gram, you will definitely come to know the difference, and it is so much effective. Aloe vera, it is a low maintenance plant. You can grow it. You can take out the gel. You can store it for 5 to 6 days, or you can take the aloe vera gel, which is available in the market. It is also very good toner. Also, a good moisturizer in summer season. Now winter season is there, it is started. You can use this combination of 30% each of the oils as I've mentioned for moisturizing after bath. So almond oil, til oil and coconut oil. It is really very helpful. Now other kind of face packs also which you can use once or twice in a week. If you have oily skin, you can use curd and milk combination along with besan, haldi, lemon. If you have dry skin, you can use malai. Malai is the topmost layer of the milk. When the milk cools down, the layer that forms, that is a malai, along with milk, and again the same combination of besan, haldi, and lemon. So now these are also some of the more detailed steps of the beauty care which you can incorporate in your routine. The basic step to keep your skin clear is to cleanse, meaning to clean, to tone it. You can cut a nice half cucumber. You can take out the juice and use it as a nice toner, and then moisturize your skin with any of the oils. Avoid using coconut oil on your face. Sometimes it is not suitable for many skin types, also on the face specifically. And then scrub once or twice in a week. Scrubbing, if you're aware of, if sometimes if you're not taking bath properly, or sometimes after 7 8 days, if you just scrub your skin, you take bath, and if you scrub your skin, there will be layers of the skin peeling out. Now those are the dead skin cells which are coming out. So it is very important to keep the pores clear and clean. It is important to scrub your skin at least once or twice in a week. Again, the basin scrub is the best one which you can use. On your weekends, make that paste. It is a bit thick, semi-thick consistency. Apply it on your entire body, and then leave it for 45 minutes to 1 hour, and then without using any water, just scrub it. The entire layer of the skin, of the dead skin, will come out, and you will really feel your skin is radiating. Now, simple for manicure, pedicure, it is important to keep your nails tidy. Also, to cut and file your nails. If you're not aware of what is filing, just you can do some research and find out. It will give a good effect and overall a good uh, touch to your nails as well. Also, massaging once in a week. Snehan, it is very much helpful. On your weekends, spend 1 hour massage on empty stomach, the entire body, and then take sun bath 45 minutes. It will really help to balance your calcium B12 levels, which will also help to balance overall the all the micronutrients in the body as well as the nervous system functioning also. So, if you are not aware of, sometimes deficiency of such micronutrients leads to a feeling of depression, feeling of anxiety also. Now, this system, oil pulling, I'm sure maybe some of you all must be aware, but most of them are not aware of. Oil pulling is in our Indian traditional system of Ayurveda. It is a lifestyle practice which you can which you can incorporate, which is basically take 1 teaspoon. 1 teaspoon is 5 ml of til oil. It is more preferably in your mouth. And then the entire way just squash it for 5 minutes, 10 or maximum 20 minutes, आप जितना कर सकते हो. And then rinse it out. It will help to keep your oral hygiene also best. It will also help to keep your gut hygiene, gut microbiome in a very good health. So til oil basically, which is kachi gani. Kachi gani, is anyone aware of? Kachi gani is basically, earlier times we had those bullocks going around, and there was one in the center. That wood pressing system was there in between till or whatever oil seeds were added. It got pressed, and then oil used to come out. So that is kachi gani, wood pressed, or that is best because it is less filtered. It has so many micronutrients still preserved in it. So these days we have oils which are super filtered, which are actually not good for our body, for our system. We come to the other part of health and different dietary changes. So, consuming desi cow ghee is also helpful really to improve our concentration, to improve the Medhas health. Medhas meaning neuronal health of the body, because it is through our nervous system that we do major of the logical thinking, reasoning, be it emotional processing also. So many, so many basically cognitive processes are being carried out majorly by our nervous system. So to keep it strong, consuming desi cow ghee. Now there was a research done many years back regarding A1, A2 cow milk. If you can do some research on that also, you'll find out. So A2 cow milk is very helpful, and especially Indian desi cow breed. Like from Gujarat, we have Gir cow. Those are, really huge ones, cows, and around 6.57 feet. And there are many different Sahiwal. There are different breeds of cows which are Indian traditional breeds. So from that, the milk that we get, from that, the ghee which is made. Now, how to make the ghee? The ghee that we get outside in the market, basically they use it they use a very simpler method. दूध को गर्म किया, the malai layer which gets accumulated, that malai it is taken out and directly they heat that malai to take out the ghee. Much simpler, easy process, jaldi ho gaya. But that ghee is not good for the body. Now this type of ghee that you can mention, that as you can see it is mentioned over here, you take the malai, you can do this experiment. Buy A2 ghee, buy A2 milk for 3 days, half liter, take out the malai, and then curdle that malai. So there's lactobacillus, the bacteria which is there in the curd. Overnight it will get curdled. Then morning, early morning, use the stirrer, and then with the help of your hands, if you know which force is used in that, quickly if someone can tell. When we do that stirring process, the makhan gets accumulated on the sides. Anyone can quickly answer? I'll just switch on the charger. So there is centrifugal force which is used. So that makhan which gets accumulated on the sides, then take it out in the pan, then heat it. Then the ghee which comes out, that is the actual ghee, which has less LDL, that is, which is the bad cholesterol. Yes. So also KCl, if you all are aware of, that is potassium chloride. It is very good salt for the body also. The salt what we normally use in our fast. Then, Acha, this question I would like to ask. Acha, I also like vada pav, samosas. I'm a really big fan. Of course, I eat it. But have you ever noticed the fried stuff that we eat from outside? Every time they have this process of reusing the same oil again and again. Now, this is one of the very major culprit. If you can do some research on this, you'll find out what are the hazardous effect of reusing the heated oil again and again. So avoid using the fried oil again for frying it. There are so many carcinogenic effects also found. Palm oil, I would like to ask how many of the products you have seen which contain palm oil? If you can mention in the chat box or unmute and share. Palm oil is present in almost all the food products, be it biscuits, be it bakery, be it chips. Oh my God, the list is never ending. So many products. Now, palm oil is not good for the body. So, if you can take this initiative, 5-10 students go to some kind of South Indian shops, buy coconut oil chips, share it between your friends. It is really helpful because every time some of the other thing, as in the young age group, we want to munch. So you can use such kind of practices, some kind of chivda, you can buy 1 kg bulk packet, distribute. So in that, at least palm oil is not used. So use your mindset, keep your eyes open. Again, I'm restating it so that we can be more open and also be more in the research perspective while we are living our life so that we can live a healthy life overall. Now, incorporating daily exercising and yogic practices, it is very helpful. This little bit I would like to elaborate on this. Just let me know if you'll want a short break of 5 minutes also. It is 4:49. All right. So, why practicing yoga? If you are aware of, there are 7 chakras, right from Muladhara chakra, that is a base chakra. We have then Manipur chakra, Swadhisthana, Manipur chakra, then Anahat chakra, which is heart center, Vishuddhi chakra, throat chakra, then Agna chakra, that is third eye center, and then Sahasrara chakra, crown chakra. So all these chakras also are also related with certain of our uh, higher level functioning of brain faculties, of cognitive faculties as well. So now if the root chakras are weak, then there are more chances of that person to feel more stressed out, to feel more angry, or to have more fear. So then here comes the main point. While we practice yoga, it is not just about moving your body thrice in a week, ek ghanta ho gaya. No, it is a lifestyle to with which we need to imbibe it so that we live a yogic lifestyle 24/7, 365 days lifelong to balance our chakras, to ascend our energy into the higher centers, and it will really help to improve our EQ and IQ. How? Basically, it helps to our concentration, our emotional well-being. At least we become more sensitive, we become more empathetic towards things which are happening around. Now, how many of y'all have any time visited a cardiologist, or you have seen anyone visiting a cardiologist? Okay, doctor, I have not got any kind of problem, but tell me how to avoid heart attacks. This because I'm connected with many of the doctors and specialists, so I asked them, does anyone visit you sometimes to ask for the preventive health aspect? The answer is absolute no, no in capital letters. So till the time वो हम लोग बोलते हैं ना कि पानी ऊपर से नहीं जाता है सिर के ऊपर से, तब तक we are not still opening our eyes, or we are not yet aware. So it is important to use a preventive health approach. I feel community medicine मतलब overall disease कम हो उसके लिए, to spread awareness, to work, it is very important. Just please pardon me for any kind of spelling mistakes or typos errors. So, as young individuals, focus on the preventive health aspect, and in that also, I would like to focus. There are now it is the age of integrative medicine, that is combining like Ayurveda. Also, if you all are not aware of, let me mention this. There are so many specialties in Ayurveda which are dealing for like ophthalmology, eye, for our nervous system, for our orthopedics. There are specialized branches in Ayurveda which are really very helpful so that there are less of side effects, but the problem is dealt from the root cause. Now, certain of the health changes, most of you have written कि खाना dinner 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock, 10 p.m. So sometimes I also eat, sometimes it's okay, late ho gaya. But on a routine basis, at least make it a habit to finish your dinner by 7, max to max 8, 8:30 p.m. Why? Sun has a certain sun has a certain amount of great connection with our gut system, and gut has a great connection with our brain and mind. So whatever we eat after the sunset, that food remains undigested. Now, so many months, so many days, years together, if we have this habit, it affects our digestive system. And there is the one very beautiful sutra in Ayurveda also, which is mentioned. If the root cause of major of the diseases is starting from our digestive problems. So once you get these problems, then it is very difficult to then prevent, further. So at least have a your food hygiene, your food timings in a way that you finish your dinner as early as possible. Again, रात को भूख लगता है, you can have dry fruits, you can have kurmura, you can drink a glass of milk, absolutely okay. Acha, few days back I heard some of the companies they got so much of the profit by online e-commerce by sending food from source A to source B to the homes. Good, अच्छा हो रहा है उनका. But what about the general people? We have forgotten to cook food at home on weekends. I know so many people, so many families who do not cook food on weekends. Why? Just as a swag, as a trend, young kids also immediately order. So it's not just about the money, but it's about the mindset, it's about the lifestyle we are incorporating. So try sometimes, socialize, meet your friends, fight and friends, gather up and cook some kind of meal, 1 or 2 meals. You will really enjoy. You will also improve your culinary skills, and also you will have a good it would be a sort of a cooking party also, I would say. Uh, now socializing. Uh, I think we need to uh, reform the kind of party culture that we have. It is not just always about drinking, smoking, and you are into a party and you're enjoying. No, let us change those norms. So, at least at your level, socializing is very important. Meeting your family, meeting your friends once in a week, it is good. But at least now change. Sometimes, you all must have seen people go outing for 2 days, 3 days, a short staycation vacation is there, and then after that coming back they have 1 week of detox. Why? Because उधर 2 दिन में इतना सारा toxins हो गया है, इतना सारा improper lifestyle, food habits, drinking, smoking, whatsoever. So take some kind of breaks which are a health holidays or a health partying, or you can meet, you can cook some kind of food items, you can play indoor outdoor games, be it a simple chai samosa party or vada pav party, and enjoy. So let us rewrite the norms of how to party in a healthy way. Of course, do not forget to call me also. All right. Now, I'm sorry. So this is the last slide. So these are some of the vrittis I've mentioned. Vrittis are basically in yogic terms. These are deep level thought patterns which unconsciously or subconsciously are engraved in us in a way that we are not aware of, but they are constantly playing a certain role in our personality. For example, I would like to give an example. I was small in my school days, sometimes friends borrow some money and they say, अरे मुझे याद दिलाना, मुझे याद नहीं होता. It was a proper good amount of money. मतलब, and then they would find all the possible reasons to avoid meeting, or to even remember, oh, that time that person had taken the money. So this is certain kind of vritti. आपने किसी का लिया है and then you are not in a position to give it back, you do not want to give it back. So these are some of the examples I've mentioned. So attachment, sometimes, if you have seen two brothers or two families separating, they would go to the extent that they would the jewelry also which has been distributed, मतलब वो necklace को भी half कर देंगे, वो bangle को भी half, neither of the one can wear it, but still, because that deep level attachment. Now, if I ask you this gold, this jewelry what we have, where exactly gold belongs to? You can answer in the chat box. Where exactly gold belongs to? Gold, actually, we have mined. It is coming from the earth. It belongs to Mother Earth. हमने mining कर करके, in spite of having so much, and we are not also wearing it, we keep on buying. Of course, investments, it is good. There are different options for that. So, wherein gold bonds also you can opt for. But jewelry, and then that deep level attachment, this is mine, for that matter, simple sharing of articles, sharing of goods, sometimes people would not, matlab come what may, I will not share my things, or I will not share this. So that is deep level attachment. Sometimes attachment to people also, matlab so much attachment that they would not, feeling of possessiveness then comes if sometimes unintentionally also a person looks somewhere, the other person would become insecure. So these are all the different examples of attachments I've given. If you have any examples to share, you can also mention. So, what can be the possible positive alternate behavior or vrittis to this part? If anyone can unmute and share. So, the possible alternate good behavior and thought process can be that I am still connected to everyone. And these things, the materialistic things or the people which are there, we are all connected mutually to each other. And if the materials can be used in a right way, it is superb. I mean, nothing good. So, creating a common family pool. Supposedly, there are so many articles, so many things which are lying. We haven't used it in so many years, so you can use a common pool. You can share a common pool among your friends, among your families, and whoever wants can take that and then return it or whatever way you are comfortable. So that can be done. Now, jealousy. Sometimes your friends or whoever is there with you for so many years together, sometimes people deep down have that feeling of envy, have that feeling of jealousy. अरे उसका बहुत अच्छा हो रहा है. And then they can't see. They'll use all possible kind of tactics to create some kind of hindrance to the positive part that is happening to the other person. So again, jealousy. So I would like to ask, what can be the possible alternate good behavior or good thinking pattern to this? So basically, feeling of goodness and feeling of motivation, that and also feeling good for the other person कि उसका अच्छा हो रहा है, and it is good that that person is connected with you, and we can gain some amount of inspiration that yes, उसने भी इतना किया है, that is why he or she is doing so much well. So why not you put your efforts? Maybe if you would have such a kind of luck, or maybe certain feasible circumstances also, you would definitely reach to that level. Why not? But again, that deep rooted jealousy part, it hinders. सामने वाले को तो पता नहीं चलता है, but the person who is feeling jealous, वो खुद के लाइफ में कुछ अच्छा इतना करते भी नहीं है, and the entire lifetime goes into that kind of feeling. Sometimes I've seen amongst families also, मतलब भाई के फैमिली का अच्छा हो रहा है, and these family members cannot see that. Deep down, again, that deep level of envy, jealousy is on. So we can shift that kind of behavior into a healthy one. Now, extreme anger. Sometimes young people, I've seen these days, I conduct sessions with small kids also. You won't believe, with 6-year-old, matlab, that child, that kid wanted to show anger to the other kid. What he did was, that boy, he literally took off his t-shirt up and he showed his abs. See, matlab, I can be so much angry, and so almost all of his bodily gestures were showing that kind of aggressiveness. Now imagine such kind of anger is being portrayed by such young boys. So sometimes people also have this kind of attitude कि गुस्सा इतना है कि मतलब मुझे तो सामने वाले का existence ही खत्म करना है. They go to that level. So again, it is harming the person who is feeling that kind of aggression, that anger. What can be the possible alternate good behavior for that? Anyone can mention, can share the best possible mm, or the better thought process can be that acceptance and deep level forgiveness for that person. It is very important. Sometimes, people engage into such kind of fights that which remain in that fight mode for families together, for generations together. So as a young individual, it is important for you to introspect on these lines. Lust. Now, there are so many now social media platforms wherein obscenity, sexual part, porn, or, beyond a certain limit it is shown, and which is also affecting the kind of hormonal imbalance that people are having. So if you observe in general also, girls have started getting periods much earlier it was in their 7th standard, 8th standard, which was around age group of 12 or 13. Now 3rd standard, 4th standard girls have started getting periods. Boys, or maybe in early age, they start to masturbate just with the idea of for sexual gratification. Now it is important to understand. I had this one of the case. So this boy started watching porn very early, around the age of 14 or 15. Now he's around 25 age. So he's working, he's facing so much of difficulty in routine that he's not able to see to the opposite gender also in a proper way. Deep down, constantly those thoughts come, inappropriately touching someone, touching the opposite gender, or anyone for that matter. Again, harming the other person. So when we watch something which is unnatural, now sex doesn't happen that way, that what they show in such kind of situations in porn. So for sexual gratification, gone are the days wherein sitting besides a girl, talking or touching was so much difficult. Now these days, it is a simple thing. Dekh lo porn and you get orgasm, you get sexually gratified. So it is very important. Now tell me what series or what or which of the movies are excluded, are not having such kind of content, extreme violence or extreme sexual abuse or obscenity. Very less. So whenever we get exposed to such kind of content, be very aware of this causes immediately a change in how your hormonal system is functioning. Now, it is important part. Intimacy, sex is important at a certain age. Of course, when you're emotionally in line, you are in sync with the other person, and it has its own divinity, it has its own role to play. Of course, if a person is not engaging in that activity, how will the mankind, how will the evolution go ahead? So, it is very important so that human evolution can go ahead. But where to set our limit and to have a strong character, it is very important. Sometimes passing, non-veg jokes, it is so common, and then sometimes students or friends, they take it very in a very subtle way. Arey, theek hai na, itna to it's okay. But if at the initial level only, if you are setting up that kind of, thing that this is not acceptable to me, then you are creating such a kind of harmonious atmosphere for yourself also. Now, there are certain ego issues also which are there. Sometimes people come to that level. अरे इसको तो मुझे छोड़ना ही नहीं है जन्मों जन्म तक. Why? Ego issues. Sometimes court cases are going on for years together, for generations together. Ego issues. मतलब we will see to it that सामने वाला सबक सीखे. Now we don't know how much time do we have. सामने वाला सबक सीखे, छोड़ दो. आपको थोड़ा कुछ लॉस हो रहा है, छोड़ दो, but at least leave, have a healthy completion, and you start your journey afresh. Otherwise, we get into this kind of ego rat race or ego trap, and unknowingly, unintentionally, we are just draining out our precious time and energy. Also, there are feelings of constantly feeling not enough. मतलब कितना भी आपके पास goods, materialistic, कितना भी पैसा आ जाए, still not feeling enough. Now, how does this culminate? Constantly showing off, or these days I've seen so many weddings also, matlab unnecessary, so much of expense is done on food, on so much of uh, overall show, or overall the kind of clothes. Is that really required now to spend that much? A person has to earn that much. Now again, that much of pressure. Sometimes, also mentioning about ego issue, sometimes पापा ने कुछ गलती से कुछ बोल दिया, and then the son wanted to prove himself that no, now I will take a loan, I will buy my own house. And वो उतने ट्रैप में वो चला गया, that person, that imagine 30 years paying your EMI, and one point of time you realize you do not have a job. What next? You have a family to sustain, you have your monthly bills, you have your EMIs to pay. How are you going to take care? अब एक लेवल पे आके आपका इतना सैलरी है, then you cannot negotiate with that also. So always I mention this in my career seminars also. Always build up a skill simultaneously which you can use it. For example, let's say कल उठ के आप बहुत अच्छे engineer or whatsoever field you are in, that job is not there. Now what? What you can do from next day to sustain yourself? That much confidence we need to have. Let's say, I always give this example. For example, you can make good pappers. Great. You can sustain on that. You can sustain on that. Why not? So, always keep on building up your skill set also simultaneously, and work on these vrittis, so that deep down in our subconscious, in our unconscious mind, we are not being affected with such kind of behaviors. अगर ये एक व्यक्ति के अंदर है, this would affect the entire family and the entire surrounding also. Sometimes you might have seen in housing societies, or maybe the buildings where you live in, some kind of inappropriate behavior a person is doing. There is I know a person. He मतलब वो he's staying on a certain floor. तो ऊपर से वो जो पिजन्स है वो उनको देते हैं दोज ग्रेन्स. सो अभी क्या होता है, नीचे वाले घर पे जो है उनके ग्रिल में वो सब कुछ डेली उतना वो ग्रेन्स आके इकट्ठा हो जाता है. इट क्रिएट्स लॉट ऑफ न्यूसेंस, इट क्रिएट्स लॉट ऑफ अनहाइजेनिक कंडीशंस. In spite of telling 100 times also, still that person is not even aware to listen, or not even aware to change that behavior. Now see, this is what happens. So unless if you're open enough, unless if you're keeping your mindset, keeping your observation open, only then you are also humble enough to accept the feedback and to change constantly the things, the behaviors which are negative, into more fruitful, into more positive behaviors. So these are some of the examples. Also, I would like to state about global warming. Right from the morning we wake up till the night, there are so many goods, services that we are using. Let's say toothbrush. We know at least every 3, maybe 6 months we are changing toothbrush. Now that is directly going into the landfills. Landfills matlab land का एक अमुक area, 2 meters, 3 meters, is being completely dumped by those plastic goods. Plastic goods, as we all know, do not decompose, do not डी उसका मतलब degeneration होता नहीं है. That is going to be staying in the land, in the soil for so many years together. Same happens with so many other goods. So if we are aware of, then why cannot we bring out such kind of actions and behaviors in our routine lifestyle to change this? So I have made a separate course on this. This will be also, I will send you a message on that in future. You can definitely, it's a very short course. It will be really helpful for each and every one of us to basically contribute our some bit of part to this Mother Earth. So with this, I end today's presentation. Thank you so much. I'll be sharing a link online, Vidya Wellness, where you can write your feedback and you can write your review as well. All right. I would like if any one of you would like to share your feedback about today's session. Any one of you would like to share? You can start your video and you can also unmute. Sanskriti Palkar, assignment is not submitted. Please, anyone else who would like to share? All right. So on this note, um, I thank all of you all for joining in this course of EQ, IQ, Holistic Development. I think a more appropriate name would be Holistic Development, since we have conglomerated, we have encompassed various perspectives of living life in a much more meaningful, healthy way, and also to study EQ, IQ from various dimensions. I again wish all the best to all of you for your future endeavors. This is not an end, this is a start for your future journey. So keep in touch. Anytime you're going through any kind of phase, feel free to contact me. And it is very important to experience all the colors in your life and live life in a very happy and joyous way and make a meaningful, meaningful structure out of your life. On this note, I would like to end today's presentation. Thank you so much. I'm stopping the recording.